What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of The Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we are going to be talking about three different stories. We're going to be talking about Battlefield 6 data reveals how small its maps are compared to the past games. We're going to show a map comparison of that image created by a user. We're going to talk about Remedy is not satisfied with its Q3 results after FBC Firebreak flops and has moved development resources to other games in production. We're going to talk about Fallout co-creator Tim Cain says prices have resisted matching inflation because publishers have been pocketing the cost savings from digital distribution. And then we're going to watch at the end of the series or end of the show today. We're going to watch Arc Raiders WTF Funny Moments episode 15 from Top FPS Plays. These are funny. I've been watching these, so we'll watch all the shenanigans that goes on into Arc Raiders. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5 over here on YouTube. We are multi-streaming today, so if you guys let me know if the quality starts to mess up, let me know, because we are streaming across 3 platforms this morning. We're going on Twitter, we're over on Twitch, and we're over here on YouTube. YouTube is our main platform, but I'm trying to diversify myself. I'm trying to get myself out there to other people. So we are over on Twitch live right now. Hello, Twitch. Hello, Twitter. How are you guys doing? You guys can chat over there. I probably won't see it, I'll be honest with you. I do have a merged chat, but it is a little hard to balance in between. But it's there for you to watch, so enjoy if you like to lurk and whatnot. What's going on, chat? How's everyone doing over here on YouTube? Clips, Travis, Altern, Jason, good morning. Who am I missing? Big Mad Mo, Altern. Oh, I already got Altern. Altern, just saying hi to you again. Aku, what's going on? Roic, good morning. Sarge, good morning. Kylo, good morning. Wonder Rose, good morning. Who am I missing? Robert Jones, good morning. Ray, what's going on? Jesse, good morning. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Something feels off about my camera. Hold on one second. I think because my camera reset it on me this morning, I think I gotta... Oh, no, remind me later. I don't want a update right now. No update. Let's see. Can we move this? There we go. All right, that looks better. That looks better. Remedy is overrated. I mean, I don't really enjoy their games personally. I don't know if they're overrated. I know Kingard could tell you a lot. Kingard could tell you a lot about the company. He's been a fan of the company for a while. I think people that like those games are fine. I think the games that they've created. I don't know why they've strayed from their recipe of what Remedy did in the past. That's a little weird. What's going on, Roadkill? What's going on, Dolphin? Right? I don't know why they strayed away to make a co-op live service game. So I don't know. I just feel like certain companies are straying from what they do because they're chasing the money. Now I don't know if that's the company itself or if that's the publishers trying to push them to go somewhere. But they're all trying to get that. They're all trying to get that elusive live service game money. You know what I mean? Eclipse says, "Are they overrated? Barely break sales is lost money on Alan Wake 2." Yeah, I think they. Well, we know the reason why they lost money on Alan Wake 2, right? Eclipse, because of all the drama and stuff that was on that, and then they went to a live service game. All right, so let's start off. Again, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. Our main channel is YouTube. If you'd like to support the channel above that, you can listen to the music that we created, music that we play in the morning, just to get you guys have something to listen to before I go live at 10 o'clock, instead of just abruptly going live at 10. If you want to listen to some music, I've written all the music there, but it's made, music-wise, I guess, composed by Sono, or Sunu. So you can check those out. You can also download, you can stream that music off of Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, anywhere you can listen, download, or purchase. You can listen to that those songs. And also there's a store down below for mugs, t-shirts, hats, and stuff like that as well. Crowded House, what's going on? Crowded House says Arc Raiders Game of the Year nominee. I don't know. It's a stacked year for games. There's only 6 spots, right? There's only 6 spots, House. And I don't know. We were talking about this the other day on GXG. Like, what 6 games are going to take that spot? I think some of them are going to get gypped. I don't care who wins. I think the nominations is the big part. Doesn't matter really who wins, because at that point, once you're nominated, it's political and stuff behind the scenes. So, reminder, a month from, a few days, about a month and a week now, 5 weeks from now, we will be covering the Video Game Award show that happens, I believe, on December 11th or something like that. December 11th? December 13th? Hold on, let me look at the calendar real fast. Okay, December 11th. Okay, so on December 11th, live on Generation X Gaming, a weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Because we do it on Thursday nights, and the award show is on Thursday nights, we always, every single year, we watch every single year live. This year, we're going to be joined, as of right now, as long as our schedules still are open, we're going to be joined by Greg Owen. We're going to be joined by the real Fake Wizard. We're going to be joined by the Kingard, Sarge, and myself. So there's going to be 5 of us on the stream talking about and just bullshitting as we watch the Video Game Award show. So if you guys like any of those content creators, if you like what we do here, come on by for the live. I do recommend that you also watch the show on your own, because we're doing the live cameras, the video doesn't really do very well sometimes with the program that we use. So if you're watching it, you know what I mean? So all of us will be on there on the show just talking about video games. So if you like that type of stuff, come on by during the Video Game Award show on Thursday night. And it'll start at 7 p.m. because that's when the Video Game Award show starts on Eastern time. All right, so let's get started with the first. Okay, let's get started with Battlefield 6 data reveals how small its maps are compared to past games. Now, a lot of people were talking about how Battlefield was going towards Call of Duty. And everyone takes everything for exactly what they're saying. They don't actually listen to what people are saying or read between the lines. When everyone says that Battlefield 6 is Call of Duty, they're not saying it's a one-to-one Call of Duty. They're saying they're marketing towards the Call of Duty crowd. And they're saying that the Call of Duty maps, okay, and everyone's like, well, it's not Call of Duty maps. They're much bigger than Call of Duty maps. But what people are saying that are Battlefield fans in the past, they're saying that the maps are much smaller. They're much smaller than the past iterations of Battlefield. It doesn't feel like a Battlefield map. It feels more, right? Because you can't make Call of Duty guys play too big of maps. They'll be like, what's happening? I don't know where the corners are or the straights are, right? So they have to make them bigger than Call of Duty maps, but smaller than the actual Battlefield maps. So one person ran the numbers and figured out that EA's latest shooter has some of the smallest maps in the series. Okay? So there's a look at some of the stuff. That's not the full picture. We'll see the full picture in a second. Since Battlefield 6 beta, fans have complained that EA's online first-person shooters has smaller maps and those found in previous entries. And when the game finally launched last month, these complaints only grew as it became clear that Battlefield 6 still lacked truly large battlegrounds. Now, a fan has crunched the numbers and done the hard work. There's always. And I love the internet. Thank you, internet. The internet wins again because someone was like, you know what? I'm going to show people that these things are smaller. Okay? So now a fan has crushed the numbers and done the hard work, accurately compared the maps here and the past maps from the main series, and confirmed, that Battlefield 6 collection of maps is the smallest. On November 2nd, Reddit user Clara the Red posted an image showing the visual size comparison of some of the many maps of Battlefield 3, 4, Battlefield 1, Hardline, 2042, and recently the release of Battlefield 6. The higher res version is here, which we'll look at in a second. And a quick glance confirms that many fans have complained about since launch. Battlefield 6 largest maps are pretty small when compared to a truly giant war zone around the past games. Okay. In fact, according to Claire the Red's data, Battlefield 6 largest map is Operation Firestorm, which is ironically a remake of Battlefield 3's map. And even Battlefield 6 largest map doesn't crack the top 30 biggest maps in Battlefield history. Meanwhile, most of Battlefield 6 other maps are actually some of the smallest according to Claire the Red's data. Keep this in mind, though, that the comparison doesn't post doesn't seem to include games released before Battlefield 3 and doesn't include Battlefield 5, so it's not perfect. I don't know why they missed Battlefield 5. Maybe it was hard for him to get the information or them to get the information. All-encompass data set. Still, even with the caveat that Claire of the Red's data is interesting and revealing, they also show that their work that they leads to them believe that the data is not 100% accurate, but close enough. The reality is that, yeah, Battlefield 6 maps are, generally speaking, some of the smallest maps in the game history. Well, I would say some of the smallest maps in the recent games, right? 3, 4, 1. It's missing 5. 5's maps are really big compared to... So I would assume that Battlefield 5's maps are bigger than Battlefield 6. So if you wanted proof Battlefield 6 maps are small, here you go. You can share the link in the Reddit post with friends and settle debates, win some internet arguments. And while the game's the smallest maps aren't stopping me from enjoying it, I do miss the truly giant locations found in the past games, and hopefully they return to the future and into the future. So let's look at this, right? This is, can I make this, yeah, I can make this bigger, right? All right, so let's look at this map here where, why I want it, okay. So up here we have a Battlefield, up here we have Battlefield 2042, right? The Conquest is 128, green is 128 and 64. Conquest in yellow is 64, and Team Deathmatch is blue. Okay, so here's the, I don't know if you guys can see this. You see these little blue dots right here? These little tiny, get up close to your, let's get up close. Get up close to the television set, right? Or your mobile phone. Hold it up to your face, right? You see these little tiny little blue specks right here? Okay, that's Team Deathmatch. In my opinion, again, it's just my opinion. That's what we do here. I give you my opinions, thoughts and opinions off articles that we read for the first time in the day. Okay. And then you give me your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Okay. So these small maps shouldn't exist in Battlefield. They can exist in all other first-person shooter games that are competitive and whatnot. Battlefield should never have small maps. Just like other people like to gatekeep other games and say, okay, well, no, you should have this in this game. You should have this. This game should never have small maps. Okay. We actually talked about this Wolverine yesterday. I'll answer your question after we're done with this story. But we actually had a whole conversation in the morning show yesterday about PvE, PvP type of stuff. Right? So, in my opinion, Battlefield shouldn't have these small maps. Okay. But now let's back it up a little bit here. Let's back it up in here and look at the actual map size. So here's Battlefield 6, this little brown area in the middle. And these are the maps that they have in Battlefield 6. Okay, so let me zoom in again for some of you. Okay. This is the Battlefield map section here, Battlefield 6 map section. And you can tell that Operation Firestorm is the biggest one of the maps that are in the actual game. But come on. Okay, Battlefield 3 has Operation Firestorm. Or I'm sorry, Battlefield 4 has Operation Firestorm. And now you're just putting it back in. Now you see how many maps, and these are at launch and whatnot. Look how many maps Battlefield 4 had. Look how many maps that Battlefield 3 had, right? It goes all the way over here. Look at the size of this map. Look at the size of this map. Look at the size of these maps, okay? This largest map of Operation Firestorm, you can fit 3, 4 inside of each of these over here. Okay? Hardline sucked. We don't even talk about Hardline, right? If you liked Hardline, fantastic. Yeah, Hardline sucked, Jason. Okay? Hardline's over here. Just forget about Hardline, okay? Battlefield 2042, if you look at the maps are actually pretty big. Okay? Still smaller than the past broadcast, right? But look at Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 had smaller maps, and I would say that the Battlefield 1 maps, okay, most of them, they're all down here, are all bigger, except these 6 right here, than what we got over here going on, okay? But they're also layered. They're also layered inside there, and they were gorgeous, and there was different events that went on with them, okay? Battlefield 1 still had smaller maps, but as the time progressed over Battlefield, look at it. It got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. They just kept getting smaller. And if they had big maps like Battlefield 2042, they completely changed the game. They didn't put the scoreboards in. They brought in hero characters. They completely changed what Battlefield is. Okay? There's always been small maps in Battlefield. right? Look at all the big maps in Battlefield 4, and there's small maps like this. Okay? There's been large maps in Battlefield 3, and there's smaller maps that were still pretty big. There was large maps in Battlefield 1, and there were smaller maps. But everything right now in Battlefield 6 at launch is very tiny. Very tiny. Remember, Battlefield 2042, every single map that you see here also was broke, buggy, and unfinished. And they had to fix it over the next 18 months to redo the maps that they launched for Battlefield 2042. So look at it. When people say that Battlefield 6 is built for Call of Duty players, this is what they're talking about. They're talking about the largest map right now, which is this map right here, which is Merrick Valley. Okay, Merrick Valley is the largest map inside of Battlefield 6, and that would be, I don't know, the size of San Quentin, right, over here. Or maybe Suez over here. That's the largest. It's about the size of Operation Outbreak that's over here, which is a tiny map compared to all the other maps that came in that people love to play in the goddamn conquest mode, okay, where people want to play large-scale all-out warfare. So here you go. This is your proof. The maps in Battlefield 6 are smaller, okay? Can there not be small maps? Sure. These blue maps, get out of here. Get these maps out of here, these small little maps. This is not Call of Duty. This is not SOCOM. This is large-scale war maps, okay? Vehicles, aircraft, ground vehicles, large-scale, lots of people. That's what it needs to be. Now, remember now, Battlefield 6's and Battlefield 2042 has you playing against bots. Bots and bots. Lots of bots because everyone's playing the game, but no one's playing the game, right? Everyone's going to play other things in in Portal, or they're playing their main thing now in the Battlefield PvE matches, okay? But there you go. So when people say that Battlefield 6 is built for Call of Duty, they're not saying it is Call of Duty. They're saying that the maps are for Call of Duty type players. And here's your proof. But these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of the other videos. Thanks for watching. On top of that, chat, if you look at some of the design, look, let me go back to this. Let me go back to this page. Okay. Look at the design of how these maps are, and this is why people are complaining about most of these maps. You can snipe people from the other side of the map. Okay. Now, obviously, this is just a 2D image. You don't know what the mountainscapes are and stuff like that. But some of these bases and stuff were tucked in the corner, and it's really hard for people to shoot in from the other location. Okay? So you look at the map design, and it's very bare bone in Battlefield 6 as well. Right? Here they are. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay? Not only are they small, but you can snipe someone. Look at this. Okay, Merrick Valley, you can shoot clear across. You can see somebody, right? All of them. The map design itself is not very good. It's not. But, you know, whatever. If you're enjoying the game, again, I'm not shitting on you because you enjoy Battlefield 6. I had a lot of fun during the demo. But I also said, you know, I'm not going to get it because the maps are horrendous. And they are. And they know they are. That's why they're going to fix them. 18 months to fix the pain. 18 months to fix the pain. All right, let me scroll back up and see what you guys are saying here. Robert Jones says, I brought Battlefield 6. Oh, you bought Battlefield 6 last night and played a few games of Rush and Breakthrough. They're pretty tight maps. Wolverine says, what's your thoughts on PvP elements of Arc, Mike? I see a lot of people wanting PvE only. It's going to happen. Wolverine, they will put if it's not a direct PvE, they will force you to do PvE. It'll come in the game down the road. That's my guarantee. I think they will put PvE only modes in that game. Right? So my thought process, I actually watched a Force Gaming video today, and he actually had a good insight, which kind of skews what's happening right now, and this is even enforces more why I think they're going to put a PvE mode in. So right now, we played last night, we played solo. I absolutely love the game, by the way, Wolverine. It doesn't matter if there's PvP or PvE, but I understand why people want PvE. There's the two sides here, right? There's the people that want just PvE, and there's the people that like, well, go play a different game because PvP is in the game, right? Even though originally the PvPers wouldn't have a game because this was a PvE game. That's all it was. Not until the developers came out and said, hey, we changed it because it just wasn't fun. Okay. But now everyone's like, well, this is a PvP game. No, it's a more PvE than PvP. Now, the PvP element brings a lot to it. And again, I have a comparison because of Sea of Thieves, right? Sea of Thieves with Arc Raiders, I make a big comparison here. Because Sea of Thieves, a lot of people just want to go treasure hunt, grab the loot, right? And Sea of Thieves has changed a lot over the years as far as now you can get coins and whatnot to enjoy your time. Like you just get gold for sailing now or digging up something, right? That wasn't in the game when it first launched. Okay. So they've tried a bunch of different things, right? Sea of Thieves came out and it was a PvP VE game. And people were like, I want a PvE mode. I want a PvE mode. I want a PvE mode. And everyone's like, this is not called Sea of Friends. It's Sea of Thieves. They're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. They're never going to do it until they did, right? Now, it was years after, okay? But what they've done now, and they even tried other things where they try to force the PvPers just to do PvP events in that ship battle type of thing. And then it worked well, but then it died off, and then they merged them back into the regular game where there's, if you want to just PvP, you can dive under and pop up to someone else that's flagged as PvP, and then you're looking for the PvPers, okay? Which is very smart. So people like the PvP because they're like, hey, I'm going to go look for a PvP match, and those people want to fight. What's happening in a PvP, PvE, it's always happened this way in MMOs and in Division and stuff like that. And if I want to go play the Dark Zone, I'm opting in for PvP, right? I'm opting in for PvP. Where if I'm playing other games, you're not opting in, right? It is what it is. MMOs, you flag, right? In New World, you flag. You're like, I want to play PvP. You opt in for PvP. In Albion Online, there's certain regions that you have to go into, and it says, if you go in here, it's PvP. You're opting in for PvP. In Fallout 76, you opted in for PvP, okay? Because it was a mix of PvE, PvP. So you opted in to PvP. In Arc Raiders, there is no, you buy in the game, as Robert Jones said, you're opting in for PvP, okay? And what's happening is that just like Fallout 76, just like Sea of Thieves, people would fill up the servers with friendly people, okay? And they would make that server friendly. Then people were upset. The PvPers were upset, and they would try, Summit did this. Summit would find the people that were in a PvE server, and they would come in and fuck their shit up because that's part of the game. So they were upset that these people were trying to dodge PvPers because these people that were playing PvE don't want to participate in PvP. But these PvPers don't want to look for other PvPers. They want to shit on the people that don't want PvP, right? Well, that's kind of what's happening now in Arc Raiders, but it's a little different because Arc Raiders is what it is. 3v3, PvP all day. Shoot first, have fun later, basically, right? Duos, you get thrown into triplets or trios. Again, it's like a hit miss type of thing. Solos completely different right now. Solos is you go in solo. Most of the time, you're probably not going to get fired on. Everyone's just doing their quests. Everyone's doing their own thing, and they kind of like that, right? And if there is a toxic person, which is not toxic, by the way, all right, a toxic person that's killing people in the single player, that's the game. That's what the game is. There's a chance that you're going to get ganked or whatnot, but that's what, in my opinion, makes the game fun. Okay. But there are people that don't want a PvP, but they want to give the company money, right? They're like, I want to support this game, but I just don't like that I could lose all my stuff. I don't have a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff. And Arc Raiders and Embark knows this. So they make events already in the game that's sort of pushing you towards PvE because you got to beat the queen. You got to beat the things. There's other people that can come in, kind of hit or mess up things that are happening. But for the most part, I think that our Embark Studios is going to look at this and go, there's a lot of people. I mean, every time you're done with a match, they ask you, how did you like the PvP? How did you like the PvE? How did you like this, right? They're seeing the data, and I'm going to tell you, I think the data is going to show them a light of people are like, I don't like the PvP, and they're going to be like, maybe we should make a PvE mode, right? And the PvPers are upset about this because they're like, no, this is the game, right? Because, again, they want to shit on the people that don't want to PvP. The people that don't want to participate are just going to stand there, get killed, and whatever. It's a one-sided landscape. So the people that want to PvP, but they want to PvP against most of the people that don't want to PvP. And the people that are PvEers just want to play the game and enjoy the game. So down the line, I think they are going to make a PvE server, if that's less XP, if that is less people on the map, if that is only up to a certain level, and then you have to move up into the next bracket. They will do something to satisfy because they see the data. And the data says people want PvE. You're not getting 354,000 people on Steam consecutively without people going, you know what? I really like PvP. Like, think about this. No other extraction shooter has even come close to the numbers that this is getting, at least on Steam, right? And you have to assume that a lot of those people that are coming in that never played any other extraction shooter before, right? Embark wants to make that money. They want to make the $20, $22 microtransaction skin transaction, okay, from people that just want to enjoy their game. So down the line, I think there will be a PvE. Let's see. Not going to lie, Mike, the BR is the most fun I think I had in Battlefield in 15 years. Battle Royale aren't my thing either, but it was knocked out of the park, in my opinion. I'm not, if you're talking about the Battlefield 6 BR, I said this from the very beginning, Wolverine. I said that if the Battle Royale comes out and it smashes out of the park or fails, it doesn't matter. If it fails or if it smashes out of the park, it changes what Battlefield is. They shouldn't have connected Battlefield to a Battle Royale, in my opinion, because if it does gangbusters, it kills the franchise of Battlefield because more people play the Battlefield Battle Royale than they will the actual game itself. It literally suffocates its own franchise that it stole from. Right? I have no problem with the Battle Royale. I have a problem with Battlefield and DICE and EA taking the Battlefield name and basically just flushing it down the toilet to make it a platform like Fortnite. Jason says, yeah, it makes sense. You hide your account because you lie all the time. Oh, you're talking to Travis. Jesse says, EA just put more cover into Battlefield 6 again. Don't fix the map size. You know EA and DICE are. Let's see. That will ruin the risk and heat rate pumping that makes the heart rate pumping that is good. But if you're a PvPer, it won't ruin it for you because the people that want a PvP are still going to go on the PvP maps. Do you see what I'm saying? The people that I like what you're saying. I agree. Okay? But if I can opt in, let's say I only have 30 minutes to play the game, an hour to play the game. I really want to do this one mission, but every time I go into the mission, someone kills me, right? It's a one-sided type of thing where that person doesn't want to partake in PvP, okay? And they get shit on because they just don't want to partake, okay? And you're like, well, don't buy the game. Don't play the game. I'm not saying you, but people will say that, right? They'll be like, well, don't buy the game then. It's not for you. Not every game is for everybody. That's fine from a gamer's perspective. But from a business perspective, the business is like, we just lost 60% of our population because they want a PvE type of event, and we're not going to make money. Obviously, Arc Raiders and Embark want to make money, and Nexus, who backs them, wants to make money, hence why the microtransactions are $22, okay? Well, guess what? Those people, if you lose 60%, 50%, 40%, 30% of your population because they're asking for something to go into the game, and the PvPers will be upset if those people that don't want to play PvP leave, have to get up against actual people that want to fight, makes no sense from a business perspective. Kyle says, I stand on, I'd much rather die from a real player in Arc over PvE killing me. That's fine, but again, it's an opt-in. If it's a choice that someone wants to come in and go PvE, that's their choice. Ray says, Battlefield 1 has 5,700 players right now, so I'm not scared to have no one to play with. Oh, yeah. Every time I go into Battlefield 1, every time, it's a full lobby. Full lobby. Wolverine says the people that want this should just play a game that's not an extraction shooter then. I have a question. Let's say the shoe's completely different, on a different foot. What if Arc Raiders came out and it was PvE only? You started playing it because you like Destiny, right? And let's say you started playing Arc Raiders and you started playing going, oh, this is actually pretty good. But I wish it had a PvP event. I wish it had a PvP event. What would be the difference? Right? You're like, man, I really enjoy the PvE aspect of this, but I really wish they had PvP. If I'm a PvEer, why would I be upset if they threw a PvP event where you can opt in to do it? Again, from a gamer is a completely different perspective than the business. The business wants to make money, and they're going to change the stuff, not because of a streamer says they should add a PvE, because the actual people want a PvE, and they see it. Every match at the end, they say, how did you like your PvE? How did you like your PvP? Right? Give us feedback. Here it is, right? This is the difference between this and other games. What's going on, Cabbage? Nice to see you, man. Kyle says, exactly. Prove some YouTuber wrong on Twitter about 100% GTA 5 is 7 days after release, because they also can look it up on my account and never got a response after it. The tweet had like 17,000 views. Mo says, Wolverine been game passing it up right now. Outer Worlds 2. Oh, you're going to talk about that. Let me see. Entering the Dark Zone. Exactly, Cabbage. Remember when back in the day when we did that? Good stuff, right? You opted in, right? PvE, PvP. People are like, oh, it's not going to last. Division made 2 sequels. We're working on a 3rd. When you're playing an extraction shooter, it's opting in. Again, it doesn't hurt you as a player, as a PvP player, because you would just find the other people that want to play PvP. And the people that don't want to play PvP, it doesn't hurt you in any way, shape, or form. They go off in their own little world. They play their own little game. Okay? They're collecting the stuff as a business. The business is going, hey, all these PvEers are happy. Hey, look, these PvPers are happy. PvPers are going, a month from now, 2 months from now, they're going to get bored and they're going to go off and play something else. If it's Call of Duty 8, Battlefield 7, the next first-person shooter that comes out, whatever it is, PvPers are going to leave to go other things. PvEers play games for decades. Decades. I'm talking the mass majority of people that are PvEers play games for decades. Again, the gamer's point of view and the business point of view are 2 different things. Albion Online, what is that? That's an MMO. That's an MMO. Calling an elevator when you all have to worry about is the Wasp or Hornet, 0 excitement. How many years did you play Destiny? How many years did you play Destiny? I already know the answer, Wolverine. Right? And I know you play Trials, and I know you play PvP more, but you also played the PvE, right? And the reason you played as long as you did is because you played the PvE, you played the PvP, right? Again, from a business standpoint, that's why they do both sides, so they can make the most money. Cabbage says, the issue is 50%, 60% of people crying about it aren't even leaving feedback in the game. Well, actually, I think you have to leave information in the game, right? Because you have to move and vote. Because it stays grayed out, at least in Arc Raiders. It stays grayed out until you move it. And then you have to pick. I don't think you close it off, but maybe you can. I just didn't read. I just push a button and tell them how excited or not excited I was. Ron Slusher says, hear me out. Nicki Minaj and Arc Raiders. That will save everything. That will save everything, Ron. Arc Raiders looks good. I just can't get into PvPvE. I either want PvP or PvE. Let's see here. Wolverine says if you want to make a lot of the same both modes, no one will play the mode with real people. Road at least resistance at the point, and the game is not an extraction shooter anymore. See, but you're saying that the people that want PvP will also not play PvP? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that people that are complaining about PvP, that everyone should play PvP. If there was an option to not play PvP, you're saying the PvPers would play PvE? Does that make sense? I thought the PvPers... So if the PvPers are complaining that if you give me an option, I'm not going to play PvP. From a business standpoint, that sounds like a no-brainer then, right? They're going to add a PvE. They don't care if you're playing PvP or PvE. They just want you to play the game and make money. Cabbage says the game dies if they don't cater to it. Again, they will add a PvE mode. If they blend it together with events or whatever they're doing, like small PvE events, that's what they'll do. They'll do something where it's just PvE. It might not be 3 months from now. It might not even be a year from now. Okay? But they will add a PvE mode down the road. Because the numbers will start to dip. Okay? Force Gaming had a video. He said that right now, single player is more casual than it is for the groups. He goes, but as people start leaving their groups and their friends start leaving the groups, and the people that still love the game want to play, that they're now solo, they will go down into the single player solo group, and they'll start murdering people, and it'll get more toxic that way, which will then have the people that were solos that don't have friends to leave the game. And at that point, there's going to be a push of, well, if we want these people, we see these people leaving in PvP. We see the people that are staying in PvP go down to solos because they're losing their groups because they're going to go play other games. That's just what happens. Okay. And then the people that were enjoying the game solo because it was more casual will now leave because it's more toxic down here. Okay. That's what's going to happen. And then they'll leave. And then they'll have to make a choice. Do they stay with what they're doing, where it's PvPvE, or do they change it and go PvPvE and PvE? They'll decide because the data will show it. Let's see. Wolverine says, if loot is the same in both modes, people will only do PvE mode. Row or least resistance, then the whole game identity is different. Then truly the people that are complaining about PvP are right. And the people that are complaining about the PvE, okay, are wrong. Because if the PvPers are complaining, if you put a PvE mode in, they're going to go play the PvE mode. That means they don't want to play PvP either. Right? They're not there for the competition. They're there to shit on people at that point. That's admitting that you're not there for the loot. You're not there for anything else. You're there just to shit on people. I thought they discussed this, and the PvE only said it was boring. Correct, Sarge, they did. The game was, they said it wasn't fun, right? They said it wasn't fun. But that's what the game was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Destiny. That's what it was. It was supposed to be Warframe. It was supposed to be Destiny. Okay? For 8 years, was Destiny boring? No, people love Destiny for PvE. Is Warframe boring? No, people play Warframe all the time. But they said what they're going for, it just wasn't fun. But now people are coming in and they're like, oh, well, maybe there is a fan base for just the PvE. Again, what I want as a gamer, solo, okay, doesn't matter. What the data says and what they're asking for every match. Did you like your PvP? Did you like the PvE? They're going to see the data, and that data is going to tell them we should add a mode. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that their data they're gathering right now, they're going to make a PvE game mode. Again, Fallout 76 was supposed to be PvP. Okay? And the community said, no, we're not doing that. That's what happens. They had to adapt and move. I'm not playing this fight other people, but the loot and the run are a risk or reward factor, escaping the people or ganking. That's the point of the genre. But you're thinking of just one-sided. You're thinking of Tarkov and Hunt and all these other extractions. This is not those extractions. This is a much more casual. Someone said it. You know what? Let me bring up the video. Let me bring up this video. Mr. Luke sent me a video yesterday, right? He sent me a video yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. It is... Is this it? I think this is it. Is okay. This I saw this video yesterday, right? I'm gonna let this guy speak, and then just listen to what he has to say, right? And this is exactly why this is not Tarkov. This is not Hunt Showdown or whatnot, okay?
It's Tarkov for employed people. When you hear all these opinions of these big streamers, right? Like, I mean, millionaires streamers. They don't want to have a good actual game. They want to have a good business model for people to look at them when they have, like, high stakes in their game. Like Tarkov. Tarkov, I genuinely don't see how an employed person could play it. You have to have a minimum of 2 monitors just to look at a map to play Boy Scout while you're playing the game, looking at the fucking where
I'm sorry, it's just funny.
the sun is so you can see where you are on the map, or you got to play the game for 1,000 hours to understand which item you should or should not take and when something is made for a quest and when it's not. It sucks. It's not made for the employed gamer. Arc Raiders is made for the employed gamer. I've played the server slam, and it's very, very clear to me that it is made to vibe on. It is made to play a lot with the PvE, because the robots are very dangerous. The loot is not as unforgiving as it is, for instance, on Tarkov, because, mind you, Tarkov is the one thing that everyone will compare it to.
That's another thing about the game. Over time, you will catch up to the people that have been putting tens and 20 and hundreds of hours in by just playing the game. By going in, dying, you get XP. If you get to a certain level, certain things unlocked, and you can purchase it from the vendors and whatnot. So at some point, you will be able to catch up.
Too. But it's not even close to being Tarkov. It's not even trying to compete with Tarkov. It's trying to be an extraction shooter, which is definitely Tarkov's biggest selling point, but it's not trying to be Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov is the unemployed extraction shooter, and Arc Raiders is going full on for the employed experience. The time to kill takes a long time. All the quests that I've had in the first playtest, which by the way was 4 times as big as this server slam that we just got, and all the quests in the server slam were all focused, as far as my memory goes, on the PvE side of things. PvP was more of...
Yeah, the PvP is for dailies. Like, go pump heavy ammo into a raider. Go do light ammo into a raider. Knock down a raider. But that's for cosmetic. That's for the raider deck.
Bonus. And I like it that way. Don't get me wrong, I love myself some PvP, but it is not like the main focus. You can get in, do the quest, do your homie's quest, and the fact that you can do the quest for your homie when he needs to kill a snitch, you kill the snitch for him. And he gets the notification, and you actually, I think you also get like a bonus XP for it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that what, it's easier, it's nicer. You do the work together as a fucking team. I love this game. I'm having fun. Very nice. And you should join the Discord if you're looking for a group.
So there you go, right? It's a good thing that he said what he said, right? Tarkov is for the unemployed, right? And Arc Raiders is for the employed. Now, if you want to take offense to that or whatnot, but what he's saying is much more for a casual place, right? And internally, what they tested, okay, what they tested internally were like, it's not fun. Well, guess what? That's just their internal organization saying, hey, we don't think it's fun. The market's going to say what the market is. Everyone always says the market bears what the market bears. I don't want to pay $100 for a game, but then people buy a $100 game. And guess what? The companies keep paying and making $100 games. I don't want to pay $50 for a microtransaction. Well, guess what? People keep making $50 microtransactions and people keep buying it because the market bears what the market bears. So in this form, if Arc Raiders put a PvE in there, it's not because of Shroud said it, or Tim said it, or Dr. Disrespect said it, or I said it, or you said it. It's the masses. The market bears what the market bears. And if the market's asking for a PvE, guess what? Arc Raiders will put a PvE in there. And it won't hurt you as a PvPer, right? You're going to get jealous now, right? Think about the opposite fundamental thing that's going to happen here. PvPers are going to be upset because now these PvEers can get the same weapons they did. Or now it's going to be harder for PvPers because it's going to be sweaty over here, so they'd rather just go play PvE. Hello? Hello? Right? Just go play what you want to go play. Have the fun that you want to have. If I want to go in and blow everyone's head off, I can go blow in everyone's head off. If I want to go in and try to sneak around and do whatever, if I want to role play as I'm a ninja in the bushes, then let people be a ninja in the bushes. Okay? it's not going to hurt your bottom line because you're just a player. You bought the game, play the game. There's going to be PvPers playing the game. There's going to be PvEers that are going to be playing the game. There's going to be people that like both of the things. This is not a bad thing if they add a PvE. Just don't play that game mode. Right? The PvPers are going to leave to go play other PvP games. This isn't a rudimentary as Destiny philosophy. The entire time Destiny was out, Wolverine, I said they should separate PvP and PvE with the weapons. Okay? It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Separate it. Give people an opportunity or a chance to do whatever. Right? There's going to be people that are going to be able to do stuff that these people can never do. And if these people can't do it, they're not going to buy your game. Business standpoint, they will not buy this game. If you want to make the most money as a business, you have to bear what the market bears. And the market is going to want a PvE mode in this game. It's just what it is. Doesn't matter what I say or what you say. It's what the market says. Hal says, I don't care, Mike. They don't want to catch up. They want everything handed out to them immediately. They want it all. They want it now. Are you talking about the players or are you talking about the business, House? Aku says 2 monitors. Come on, man. Enemy at shoulder southwest, 200 meters. Eclipse says, Escape from Tarkov is coming out to Steam this month. We'll see if it takes much of a player base. Dolphin says, I had to download a third-party app just to figure out how to extract for Tarkov. Wolverine says, I don't disagree with anything this guy is saying, but it didn't say we need PvE only. No, I didn't bring him up for that. I said I brought him up because what he says, and what he says is it's unemployed to employ, which is casual, which goes into the conversation we're having, Wolverine. He didn't say we need a PvE only, okay? But he did say it pushes more towards PvE. Now, the developer, again, I'll bring it up again, Bethesda thought, hey, we're going to make a PvP mode in Fallout 76. The market said, fuck you. We don't want a PvP mode in this game. We want a community. We want people to play because for years, they wanted a co-op experience to play a Fallout game. Right? People were upset because you could play a multiplayer game. And they're like, well, it should just be a PvE. Okay? And then they put PvP, and the market was like, no, we're not doing PvP. We're doing PvE. And they made it into a PvE game. Ta-da. Market bears what the market bears. What if they made a map with DZ, like the Division, where we have the best loot in PvP and the rest of the map is just PvE? I mean, technically they do that right now, right? You could go scavenge stuff around the map and you probably won't get contested. Soon as you go into the water treatment plant, soon as you go into the surveillance, soon as you go into where the high loot areas are, that's basically what they've done, Kylo, right? If you just scourge around for the outer skirts of the stuff, you probably won't come across a lot of people. Okay? I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. If you just drop into a map and all of a sudden you drop in and you start seeing stuff looted in your area, you got to start making a choice. Well, did they go left or did they go right? Where would I go? The timers around the map say, well, this one's closing, this one's closing, this one's closing. You can go the opposite direction. You can go with the direction. There's a lot of things that you can justify on what you want to do if you want PvP. Or last night, I played solo the entire time. How many encounters did I have for PvP? How many encounters? I think 2. I think 2 encounters I had the entire night in 2.5 hours. Everything else, every time I saw someone, they're like, hey, don't shoot, right? 2 encounters I had is PvP. And I wasn't pissed off. I was like, oh, good job, man. Good. He's like, man, you hit me. You got me one shot. I thought I was dead. He's like, but I got you. And then he punched me in the face, right? I'm okay with it. And this is coming from a person that didn't like extractions. I like Division because I could play PvE. And if I wanted PvP, I went into the PvP. Okay? This, I'm like, that's actually not that bad. Okay? Because you could get stuff. You can save stuff. You can get out with a hatch key. You can work your way around and stow away. The sound that you hear in the game and the flares that go up, you're like, I'm going to stay away from there. You see the arc light up. You're like, oh, there's a guy over there. Like, there's so many things that give you, don't go that direction if you want PvP. Tarkov has a PvE mode as well. the Ark might get one as well. I think it will. And I don't think it'll hurt you particularly as a player. And I'm not saying you, I'm just saying us in general. I don't think if they put a PvE mode in here, it will hurt PvPers or PvPers. Unless you're not. You don't really, you're playing PvP because you're forced to. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't play it. I mean, fun is very subjective. I can very internally say it wasn't. But what if they learn or lean more towards PvP? And then, of course, a PvP only game wouldn't be fun. Oh, for the players. All right, House. Luke says most of the PvPers will fuck off in COD soon. Or I've converted to 2-shooter first, talk later. Right, exactly. You shoot first, and they're like, hey, whoa, I'm friendly. And you're like, all right, cool, I'm not. And you'll shoot them in the face. Jason says PvP Fallout sounded like a disaster. It was a disaster. It doesn't sound like it was a disaster. It was a disaster. Robert Jones says, I agree that they do something like that. They should also be negative, be a negative playing PvE. I mean, I've said it just like Sea of Thieves, right? Lower XP, or you only can play up to, let's say, level 40 or level 50. If you want to go past the 50 mark, you have to jump into the PvP/PvE type of stuff. And in my head, that would train people. Because if you're going from 0 to 40, okay, most of those casuals probably won't ever get to 40, let's be honest, okay? But if they get to level 40, at that point, you would think they would know the maps, they would know where the loot is, they would feel comfortable enough, they would know how to shoot things better, right? It's like a training up to level 40, and then from 40 to 75, it would be that you have to go into PvP if you want the better weapons or higher loot type of stuff, right? I would be okay with that. If someone wants to enjoy the game, personally, I don't care. Enjoy the game that you want to enjoy, right? If I want to play PvP, it should be opt-in as a business. House says, why do people think PvPers are going to leave soon? There's a lot of content coming to Ark. It's just in general the way it works, House. PvPers, people that love PvP, sure, they still play CSGO and stuff like that. If you find your PvP game, that's what you do. Like people that play Hunt Showdown or Tarkov, they stick with that game. If it's because they've sunk money into it or time into it, they stay there, they know what to do, okay? They just like that game. But the majority of people that, because this is the latest, hottest, newest game, they come in, they're like, oh my God, this is so much fun. They come in, they play the game. They're like, oh, what's that? Oh, Call of Duty's out? And then they go play Call of Duty. And they're like, oh, what's that? And then they go play another game, right? That's how it works. We're not saying individually, right? Obviously, if you like the game, like Wolverines played Trials for Destiny for the longest time. Even if it was dead for the majority of the people, he still played Trials. Okay? People that still play Overwatch. There's going to be that group of people that love that game because of time sink, money sink. Their friend base is still into that game. I'm not basing it off of what streamers do. Streamers leave, they change, like changing their underwear. Dolphin says, I'm honestly so surprised you like this so much. I'm glad. Exactly, Dolphin, right? I don't really like extraction games. The last extraction game I liked was Division, right? Division Dark Zone 1. Didn't go into Division Dark Zone 2 because it was just bad. Hal says, I'm pretty sure that the game is designed with the purpose of not having consistent PvP encounters. Its intended atmosphere of the game, knowing it would also happen. It adds tension. 100%. But remember the same conversations we had with Sea of Thieves. And then what did Sea of Thieves do? What did they do? They changed the progression where people that were getting shit on, okay, that could get actual gold or find actual chests, and even if they picked it up, they would still get credit for it to level up their character up to level 20 or level 30 so they can get to Pirate Captain. And that was all just cosmetic shit. It was just leveling up to field progression for the respect the player's time. Then they added a separate PvP ship mode to try to help the people that were in PvE. Then what they did was they added a PvE. They took that out and put the PvP mode where people were just playing PvP versus PvP because it wasn't fun for the people that were getting shit on because it was a one-sided battle type of stuff, right? And then they added Safer Seas. Why? Because the market wanted it. That's what it is. walked out of the vault, and I got nuked. Actual nuked. Well, there was one time I played, I wasn't on stream. I literally got into Arc Raiders, walked up the staircase getting out of the thing, and someone shot me. And I was like, bro, I literally just got in the game. I have a free loadout. Take what you want. I was like, I didn't even, like, this is an entrance where we just got out of. He's like, oh, I didn't think about that. He was just bloodthirsty. And then what he said to me, right? What he said to me was, well, someone did that to me, so I figured why not? There it goes. Great. I mean, take the free loadout. I don't give a shit. I'll just come back in 30 seconds later and come in with a free loadout. I don't care. It was just funny to me. I was like, man, I literally just walked up the stairs. See, the pocket, if I know I need something or want something, I take the augment, put it on my guy, have the prison pocket, and if I find that item, I put it in there. Done. Luke says, I like the balance of PvP, PvE, PvE, PvP, PvE in Arc. Yeah, I think it's good. I like it. But I'm also not against them putting a PvE mode in it, because I don't think it'll affect me in any way, shape, or form. Nate says, I'm not even a PvP player, but I like this game, so I play it. But I would love a PvE mode. See? Yeah. We rocked that Dark Zone, though. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved it when we played. But I also loved that we could switch, right? Like, when I wanted PvP in Destiny, I went to go play PvP. When I wanted PvP inside of Division, I went into PvP. I don't think this game would suffer if they did the exact same thing. If they wanted a PvE mode, let them have a PvE mode. If there's a PvP, PvE, great. If they just want straight up PvP, great. Put that in there as well. No arc, just close combat, other guys going at it. If they want to get this like super weapon or super armor or cosmetic thing to do, fantastic. Put it in the game. You could upgrade that pocket, can't you? Yeah, you can get 2, 3. I don't know if there's a fourth one. I've only seen 3. I think it's 1, 2, or 3 spot. Yeah, just looted the blueprint for the backpack that gives you 3 prison pockets. It means he's got exactly. You know what I mean? Now you have 3 spots. It's fantastic, right? It gives you something to look forward to get to that point. Didn't the Division let you keep the guns that you extract? Yeah. If you extracted, you got what you extracted. Like you never lose them. No. Yeah. Because you're not bringing that stuff in with you. Everything in the Dark Zone was what you got in the Dark Zone. Right? And then the survival mode that they put in Division, that was the greatest, which they're now putting in to Division 2. Right? Where you started with nothing. You had to run around and grab all the stuff, build up your warmth, build up your weapons, and then go into the Dark Zone to go up against other people. It was a great mode. Fantastic mode. And it was great because it was even. It's actually, I liked the Division Dark survival mode better than Battle Royale. I know people don't want PvP, PvE. I just find it funny. It's almost like the same conversation we have with difficulty level in like Dark Souls games, right? It's almost the same conversation. It's right. PvPers don't want PvE to come in because they're like, well, then I would go play PvE, and then no one would play PvP. But in a Dark Souls game, they're like, don't put a difficulty thing in because I want to beat it on the hardest. Well, go ahead. No one's stopping you, right? People are like, well, I want to lower the difficulty. They're like, no, you got to be real, man. You got to play it on the hardest difficulty. It's like, how does it hurt you that I want to play on a lower difficulty? It's just not the way the game was supposed to make, man. And then yet FromSoft was like, hey, let's make Elden Ring where we make it harder. It's still hard. And if you can't do it, guess what? You can ask for help, which is like a difficulty setting. And guess what? It sold the most games ever for them. Amazing. Because you could phone a friend. You're like, ring, ring, I can't beat this boss. Can you come and save me? You don't go into PvP. You go in to get what you need, and PvE and PvP only if you have to. Cabbage says you get done by a gang before you even get it to set up because you're freezing to death after skipping a wardrobe. Yes, I love it. You would find like a small jacket and it wasn't warm enough, and then you would have to put another one on and then try to find something else. And once you got the warmth, then you were like trying to find the weapons and stuff and upgrade, right? It was great. Our Battle Royale and Battlefield, just kidding. Gatekeeping on my part. Though, don't make Dark Souls easy. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like, they shouldn't have this difficulty level. It doesn't do anything different to you. The only thing is, if it was hard and you're like, well, I beat it on the hardest. Okay, great. Congratulations. But if there was an easy mode, they're like, no, I would go down. I would force myself to go down instead of beating the thing on the hardest difficulty. Okay. Path of least resistance is going to happen regardless. Right? Right now, in Arc Raiders, Path of least resistance, people are already telling you where to go to get the best loot. Or you're figuring it out by yourself. You're like, oh, I can get this, which gives me more money. And if I get more money, then I can buy the weapons. Right? Path of least resistance. But now there's not least resistance because everyone's watching the videos and everyone shows up to those locations. You said it's coming to Division 2. I did. And it is. Before the game even came out, I was like, why would they get rid of it? I was like, that's the best goddamn mode that they had in Division 1. And they completely missed it. Everyone's like, well, how are they going to do it? In Washington, D.C., it's in the summertime. Like, just make it fucking cold. You just jump into that game mode and it's fucking cold. It's in the snows biome. That's what they're doing now. Imagine, it took them 6 years to figure that out. 6 years to figure out something that I said 6 months before the game came out. It's ridiculous. All right. Talking about sad games. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just talk about gaming news, give you my thoughts and opinions, have a conversation with your thoughts and opinions as well. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. If you're watching over on Twitch or Twitter, welcome. My main channel is YouTube, so if you want to talk or chat, you can talk and chat in both of those things. But I'll mostly reply to the people that are in YouTube because it's my main channel. But I do see everyone. I see people in chat, like Curious Cabbage is over on Twitch right now. Appreciate you. So Remedy is not satisfied with its Q3 results after FBC Firebreak flopped and has moved development resources to other games in production. Okay, it says the Finnish studio is running an operating loss of $16.4 million. Okay, Remedy Entertainment woes continued by FBC Firebreak. The cooperative shooter provided a disappointment when it released in June, launching at the a terrible state, lacking basic features like in-game voice chat and tutorial, and generally seeming like a compromised vision despite a few novel ideas. This is where I would hold up the mug. Right? No pre-order, no day one, no full price for a half-ass game. Okay? I mean, they literally say it out loud, right? Missing features like voice game chat, tutorial, generally seeming like a compromised vision despite a few novel ideas, right? Its first major update, Breakpoint, went some way to addressing these issues, but failed to provide a bump in the player's Remedy hoped for. Well, no, because your game came out broke, buggy, and unfinished, okay? And you fixed it afterwards. How about make the game first and then make a game sell a game instead of putting it out and then going, well, I don't know why it didn't sell well, because you're missing shit. Indeed, at the time of writing this, just 25 people were playing FBC Firebreaker, according to SteamDB. The actual count is likely higher given that Firebreaker's availability on console and Game Pass, but probably not by much. Okay. In early October, Remedy issued a profit warning, okay, for 2025 due to Firebreaker's underperformance. Less than 2 weeks later, Remedy CEO stepped down with immediate effect. Congratulations. That would be called, you push that out the door and you should step down or you should be fired. People should be held accountable for stuff that they do. You made a shitty game. Sorry, you lose your job. If I was stacking jam in a grocery store and I happened to break it and I lost tens of thousands of dollars for the company, well, guess what? you're probably going to get fired, right? If I'm slow at turning paperwork in and people's jobs were on the line because I forgot to turn the paperwork in, well, guess what? You're going to get fired. So now, as reported, the GameIndustry.biz, Remedy has issued a financial result of Q3 2025, posting a 32% decline in revenue versus a Q3 2024, an operating loss of $16.4 million. Unsurprisingly, Firebreak is the chief culprit, with Remedy recognizing a non-cash impairment of $14.9 million due to the shooter's poor performance. Speaking to report, Remedy CEO strove to put a brave face on in the situation. We aren't satisfied with the recent financial performance, but we remain confident in our ability to create great video games that resonate with players, which is commercially successful, leading us back to profitability. So let me get this straight. He's putting a brave face on, which is a lie. Okay. He's putting a brave face on because he knows he's full of shit. Okay. Because every game that they've made has been a single player story type of game. And now they put a 3-player co-op multiplayer live service game on the market, and it failed miserably because you were chasing trends. You went to something that you guys didn't want to make. You thought it was cool. You thought it was great. Okay. You know what this needed? I know what it needed, guys. I know what it needed. Maybe the developers should have done what Arc Raiders did and looked at their game and said, this isn't fun. Maybe they should have added a PvP. Maybe PvP would have added the whole thing. Maybe there is PvP. I don't even know because I didn't play the game. Okay? It's just a joke from our last talk. Okay? He says, I did have some positive things to say about Firebreak, explaining that the game is technically successful in a cross-platform environment, and that through self-publishing, Firebreak Remedy is now structured in place that to support the release of future self-published titles. Okay. Nonetheless, Remedy has now moved development sources to other development titles. So from Firebreak, which is also presumably means that it's unlikely to see another Breakpoint-sized update to the title. Make a game, sell a game. Sorry, didn't make its money. Bye-bye. Okay. That said, Remedy plans to continue putting resources into the shooter, which is it claims it's justified by long-term sales expectations. This seems enormously optimistic, where they can also, I'm sitting, but perhaps Remedy knows something I don't. They don't. Okay. Nothing's going to make people come back to this game unless it's free to play, which it is. It's on Game Pass. You can play it right now on Game Pass. Now, it's not free. It's $30 for the month or $10, $15. I don't know what price point it's on. But no one's playing it. Nobody's playing it. Okay? Someone's going to be like, well, I'm playing it. Congratulations. Right? When I say nobody, I mean the mass market where actually they can make money from. Okay? So while Firebreak may also have proven a dud, Remedy sees a surge in game sales of royalties up to 0.8 million to between 6 million compared to the same period of 2024. This derivative primarily from subscription service agreement for Firebreak alongside royalties from Alan Wake 2 and Control. Moreover, despite impairment of the studio retains the positive operating cash flow, with the cash level increasing to 8.9 million over the previous quarter. Remedy has several ongoing projects that's on face of it, considerably more promising than Firebreak, namely Control 2 and remake of Max Payne 1 and 2. In the report, Mackie explained that the majority of the effort goes into working with the established franchises Control and Alan Wake, while the studios is focused on Max Payne 1 and 2 remake with Rockstar Games. So there you go. Right? They're still confused why the game didn't make it. But they say this, the quiet part out loud. They didn't complete the game. They just threw it out there and were like, oh, we'll see what we can get. Right? Because let's just back up for a second. In a world, let's say the game was incomplete, but it was marketed better, and people were like, you know what, this is a fun game. And they made millions and millions of sales. Well, then they got it over on you because the game's not complete, and yet they charged full price, and a bunch of people are playing it. Well, that didn't happen because the people looked at it and said, the game doesn't look fun. It didn't sell well. Even on Game Pass, not a lot of people are playing it. Okay? So it's done. And this is what we always talk about. Make a game, sell a game. Make a movie, sell a movie. Write a book, sell a book. Okay? Make the thing that you feel like other people would resonate with. And if they don't, well, that's just what it is. They just didn't resonate. It didn't grab the masses. I know this all too well. I have a YouTube channel. I've been doing this for a decade, and just the masses haven't captured on. And that's fine. But I'm making the product, putting the product out there. Okay? I'm not blaming the product on anything else, right? You make the thing, you sell the thing. You either like what you did or you don't like what you did. And apparently, they didn't care what they were making, and it showed because those people didn't buy it. So now, what are they going to do? They were chasing trends with the live service, microtransaction type of stuff. They didn't put the heart into it. If you look at, we were just talking about Arc Raiders. Look at what DICE made. The ex-DICE developers made, Embark made, okay? Arc Raiders put up against any game right now. You can see the love and tender care they put into the game. You can see the detail that they put into this game. They didn't promise you like Cyberpunk 2077. They didn't tell you it was going to be the biggest game in the world. They didn't tell you it was going to be the best graphics and all this other stuff. They didn't do it with what Sean Murray did with No Man's Sky. They just made the game and put it out there. And when you played it, you're like, holy Christ, the sound design, the art design, okay? The gameplay, fundamental, the actual foundation of what Arc Raiders is, it's a fantastic game. You look at other games, Silk Song, Expedition 33, all of these things, you can tell the love and tender care went into these games, and that's why people resonated with them. When you don't put scoreboards in, when you don't put VoIP in, when you don't put other things in, you didn't put a quality of life options in, and you're like, oh, we're going to fix it down the road, only if it sells well. But the problem is, if it sells well, they take their sweet-ass time fixing it because they already have your money, and they don't need your money anymore. Now they're just trying to sucker other people to get their money for a broke, buggy, unfinished game. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. And if you like what I do here, check out some other videos. Thanks for watching. All right, let me see. Jason says, I can give him a credit card or credit for wanting to try something new. Was anyone asking for a multiplayer game set in the controlled universe? I think if they actually finish the game, Jason, and they actually put their actual vision into it, then I think perhaps, but they didn't do that part. Eclipse says, if you're going to make a game like Left 4 Dead, you better bring an A game to make it something better than they did. Or on par, right, Eclipse? You gotta bring the bar up to at least what they had it at. Oh my God, Mo said, I downloaded it and uninstalled it. That should be the biggest, red flag if Mo, who plays all games on Game Pass, is telling you that he uninstalled the game. That should tell you enough. That should tell you enough in our community. Feels Good Man says, I feel the game didn't do a very good job of explaining what the objectives were. I don't even think it actually let you ping anything for your teammates. Roic says, first impressions are everything. Mess that up. Almost impossible to change that. Yep. First impressions are everything. If you're going to play, people paid full price for this, right? Other people, got it on Game Pass or whatnot. But the game, even, and I'll bring up Kingard again. Last year, during the Video Game Awards show, they showed a trailer for this. And Kingard said he played a closed beta or whatever for it and said it was terrible, right? Or I don't think he said terrible. I think he said it was very lackluster, I think is what the word he used. Okay. And he was like, it's not good. He said, who asked for this? And then it came out 6 months later, and people were like, who asked for this? He was excited because he likes the company. He was excited for it. It was bad. We're going to move on to the next story because like everybody else, no one cares about FBC. So moving on to the next story. Right now, that's a review. All right. Fallout 4 co-creator Tim Cain, our good friend Tim Cain. You guys remember Tim Cain, right? You guys remember Tim Cain?
Tim Cain walks in with a question so bold. Do gamers know what they want? He's told. The crowd says yes, but then starts to fight. Tim shakes his head. Yeah, that sounds about right. Tell me what's good, not what's gone wrong. If you just complain, the list gets too long. You say, this sucks, but what do you mean? Fix the bugs or scrap the whole scene. Tell me what's good, give me a clue. If you only rant, then what can I do? Do gamers know what they want? No. Do devs know what gamers want? Also no.
Okay. So, Tim Cain, he's not really our friend. We don't know him. I'm sure I would be friends with him. But have resistance matchmaking inflation because publishers have been pocketing the cost savings from digital distribution. Now, remember when they said that digital games would cost less? Remember that? I remember that. Pepperidge Farm remembers that. Okay. So, wind blows, birds fly, and Tim Cain YouTubes. The Interplay Obsidian developer, OG Fallout co-creator, is once again nathering on the YouTube channel. And his topic is this time a divide between physical and digital media. Okay. It says Cain strikes a pretty pro-digital distribution tone and the video starts. Being able to stick to the game in Steam rather than the older print runs of discs means that the devs have more time to work on games because there's less lead time between finish up development and shipping. Well, if that's the truth, then that should be all the information you guys need. If they have more time to work on the games, and yet these games come out broke, buggy, and unfinished, and then fixed 6, 8, 12, 18 months down the line, there's a problem in the industry. Okay? It says it means the games are easier to patch, and it means older games, like many classic Cain worked on, can remain easily accessible in hopeful perpetuity. But where things really heat up is where Cain's thoughts on how digital distribution has impacted game pricing. Digital is cheaper, says Cain. It's cheaper for everybody. It's less cost all around. In theory, he continues, price should have dropped, but they didn't. That's right. That's because it's called greed. But people will be like, well, that's capitalism. Fantastic. And you don't have to buy the thing at full price, which we don't. Or at least I don't. And I know most of you guys don't anymore, except if your name is Dustin. Okay. In Cain's telling of events, rather than spread the wealth out of sheer generosity of spirit, okay, capitalists just kind of, well, kept it. You know, those cost savings for being digital, they should have been passed on to the customer. They didn't. No, because there's idiots out there paying full price for the actual game, well over, okay? Why do you think $40, $50 games sell really well? Why do you think games that sell $70, $80 don't sell well? Well, they're looking for the small amount of population that are going to pay the full price for the actual game because they know that there's suckers born every second. And that's why they do it. The argument here is, well, costs were rising in development, so they were balanced. I don't think they were balanced. In other words, the money saved or not having to do physical media anymore got pocketed by the corps. You don't say. Huh. Amazing. It's kind of weird hearing someone say it that works in the actual industry. Okay. He says, now there's a flip side to that. Digital probably, okay, is the reason games have resisted matching inflation. I've said this before. I bought games at $59 in the 90s, and that has also been really expensive game these days. And these were also standard games for like Super and Nintendo. That's to say the extra sauce corporate bottom lines got from the recouped money that wouldn't also have been spent on physical distribution meant that they could keep game prices steady without eating too much into their margins. That's Cain's explanation anyhow. He says, quote, cost of goods, or COG. You hear this a lot of developers and publishers will say, our COG is really high. Those dropped tremendously with digital, but those savings weren't passed on. Of course, it's Cain's analyst is correct. Then it seems that we've already passed the point where savings from digital stood any chance of being passed on to the consumer. The games industry, with even bigger budgets, is increasingly a series of big bets on projects, and the publisher hope it would also put megabucks or more games are daring to change at $70 to $80 on release day. Well, he says, hell, there's even whispers of GTA 6 might charge as much as $100 when it releases, right? And people will pay it. People will pay it, okay? Because the market bears what the market bears, okay? But it is interesting to hear an actual developer say, hey, it didn't get passed on. Games didn't need to cost this much, but now they're like, oh yeah, well, here's another piece of the conversation of the puzzle that they didn't mention, Tim Cain didn't mention. There's a little thing called subscription, or there's a little thing called battle passes, or there's a little thing called, microtransactions. Okay? A game in the past was just that. A physical game was a physical chip soldered into an actual, cartridge, and then each one was made. Now it's in the cloud. As GTA, it's in the cloud. Remember that from Grand Theft Auto? Okay, it's in the cloud now, right? So now it's in the cloud. It's digital. It's just beaming from space into your thing and downloading, okay? And now you have a game. There's no packaging. There's no instruction manual. There's no space they have to put it on the shelf. There's nothing. It's literally just grabbing it and then putting it on your system. And that costs the exact same amount, if not now $10, $20, $30, $40 more than it did when they actually had to solder a chip into a cartridge and make it. But now with microtransactions, now they're not even charging you, right? Arc Raiders is charging $22 for a cosmetic skin. I would love to know, right? I would love to know what they paid the artist to make that one skin, right? Maybe they worked on it for a week. Maybe they worked on it for a month, okay? So let's just say they worked on it for a month and that person gets paid, I don't know, $5,000, $6,000 a month to make one cosmetic skin. And you're like, oh, well, they could make that back in about 3 seconds, okay? But now they're charging $22 for that piece, and they can sell that indefinitely. They don't have to solder anything. You're not buying a print. You're not doing anything. It's just boop, boop, boop. So when they say that they're pocketing the money, yes, not only are they pocketing the extreme prices of the actual video game that doesn't need to be that high, they're also pocketing 98% of the microtransactions that you don't actually have to pay $22 to get. If it's Arc Raiders, if it's Battlefield, if it's Call of Duty, if it's Fortnite, and all of these things. Okay? Make it make sense where they could put 5 skins in a battle pass with 100 levels, and that costs $10, but then one cosmetic skin costs $50 or $250 or $500, all depending on what game you play. Make it make sense, and you can't make sense of it because, again, the market bears what the market bears. If one person pays $500 for that League of Legends skin, that's a win in their book. That probably paid for the artist. The one person that paid for it paid for the artist that made the actual skin for the thing. Okay, so him saying that, yeah, it got passed on to the actual, to the actual people in the game. Yes, that's exactly right. It went to corporos. Hence why, look, I'm okay if you want to drive a Lamborghini. I'm okay that you want to buy a mansion and on top of the hillside. Okay, but don't for 1 second come out and say, well, we have to charge this much. Okay, because I got to feed my kids. That's not how that works. Okay, the people that have to feed their kids are the people that you're paying an hourly rate or a salary, and the people that are pocketing the money, driving the expensive cars on the hilltop, okay, are the people complaining that we're not making enough money. So, but these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of the other videos. Thanks for watching. Roic says, I'm sorry, the slop most of these devs are putting out just worth $70, $80. I just think it's funny, I'm sure Bobby Kotick is crying. He's crying into his golden plated pillow. I'm sure Pete Parson is really upset that he's not making all that money. Hold on 1 second. My wife just texted me. Hold on. All right. Yeah, it's just stupid to me to think that you could say, oh yeah, we're just not making that much money. And then Larian Studios comes out and they make a fantastic game of Baldur's Gate 3, right? They make a fantastic game for Baldur's Gate 3. And then they charge. They're like, you don't need to buy this thing. It's $80 and you get a whole bunch of stuff in their $80 version of the game. But you don't have to pay $80. You're getting like a map. You're getting some trinkets, right? You're getting a physical copy of the actual game for $80. And then you have someone coming over here asking for a $80 monkey glove from Call of Duty. No map, no trinkets, no hard copy. You just get a monkey glove inside a Battle Royale game that now when you go to the next Battle Royale game, you don't own that. For the same price as Baldur's Gate 3, physical copy with like 15 items in the actual box. It's amazing. Right? Grand Theft Auto is going to break the industry in two ways, right? If Grand Theft Auto comes out, and let's say they just charge normal prices, right? Because everyone's saying $100. And I think there will be a $100 version. I don't think the standard version will be $100, right? But in my head, because Grand Theft Auto is the biggest selling and most successful thing ever sold in entertainment in video games for like one copy, right? For one thing. I believe that they could charge $60 and everyone's brain would melt because you and I know if it charged $60, you'd probably buy 2 copies. You would buy 2 copies just to prove to people that the video game industry doesn't need to be $70, $80, $90, $100. Okay? But I'm sure they'll charge $80 because they have to pick up the phone and be like, you cannot come out below $80. Okay? Rockstar, you have to. That's what they're doing. And they're like, Strauss is like, we would sell a lot more copies if we came out at 60. Maybe we'll do 60. 70? Maybe we do 70. Right? But yet articles keep writing and they're like, Grand Theft Auto is going to be $100. Of course there's going to be a $100 version. Because you're going to get like an extra car or a plane or you're going to get something with it, right? But I don't know if the standard will be $100. Man, how many people would lose their mind in the industry if Grand Theft Auto came out at $60? Imagine that if it came out at $60. They would lose their collective mind. They'll be like, but how? Because they're going to make that money back instantaneously. The day they announce Grand Theft Auto is up for sale, they will make all their money back in one go. But of course, you know, the greed. They will 100%. I'll tell you what. I would be more than happy if Grand Theft Auto came out with a $100 version and they had a whole bunch of physical copies with a bunch of physical things in a physical box with a physical disc. I would be happy to pay $100. But for digital only, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Obviously, as a content creator, I might have to buy it because it might be the latest, greatest thing. But $100 for a video game, that's a hard sale for me personally. Okay. Now, if you want to do $100 sales and you're like single player $60, multiplayer is $30 on top of that to get both $90, $100, I can see them doing something like that as well. But man, I would love to see Grand Theft Auto 6 come out $60 and watch the entire video game industry lose their collective mind. But again, just my thoughts. Which is collecting dust on Sarge Self? No, Dolphin. He's been playing it for the last 4 or 5 months. He plays every Sunday with Travis. I think they just beat the game. Jax82 says, Remedy also bought the rights back to Control from 505 Games, who also published Control 2. Roic says, this is why I just don't understand someone playing thousands of dollars for a Madden Ultimate Team cards just for the year since they don't care over year. I think a part of that is just trying to keep up with the Joneses, Roic. When you're in, I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, if you collected like baseball cards or you collected Magic the Gathering or if you collect Pogs or anything like that, right? Like think about it in this sense. If you have friends and your friends are all collecting Pogs or baseball cards or football cards or anything like that, okay? So your friend buys it and all of a sudden he gets a really cool Pog. He opens the pack and a really cool Pog chip there, or Magic the Gathering's got a really cool card. You're like, oh my God, right? So you keep buying cards, and then your other friend keeps buying cards, and then you're all trading with each other, right? That's the thing, right? I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars I spent on baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, hockey cards, right? Magic the Gathering cards. You just keep buying them because you want to trade. You want to do a bunch of stuff. Okay. Just so the next season comes out the following year and you do it again. You want to make it a complete set. That's what it's like. But now it's digital. And that's where my brain gets dislodged, right? Because it's like you're collecting digital cards to get rid of that. You can never open up. You can never sell. You can never collect. You can never do anything. It's like gone in a whim. But yeah, that's exactly right? But at least those are physical, 100%. That's why I don't understand when people do that. But I understand where it hits in the people. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to collect it and trade and do all these other things with their friends because their friends are all doing it. Because I still own Collector's Edition Grand Theft Auto 4 because it came with a lock box and a duffel bag. Yeah, if they do that, I have no problem with a physical copy. I just found a Rocketeer driver. I wasn't going to say anything until I made it out. Nate, did you think that because you had it, I was going to log in and jump into the same game as you and try to take it from you? You didn't want to jinx yourself. I absolutely know what you're saying. You didn't have a safe pocket? You found the Rocketeer driver and you didn't have a safe pocket? Oh, man. My heart rate just went up a couple beats just for you. Sarge says, we beat Raphael. Hard boss option. Not game yet. Close. Gotcha. Robert Jones says, one of my old coworkers played FIFA. He said when a new game comes out, you have to sell $40 extra of Ultimate Team just to be competitive. Yeah, see? Because if you want to play ball with the boys, right, then you have to do it. Warwick says, I did, but at least those were physical and some of those were worth money now. 100%. Did I ever show you my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card? I don't know what to do with this. I have to... Okay. This Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card has never been touched by human hands. When I opened it, okay, when you open cards, you know, I had an actual like latex glove on. Okay. And this card could be worth $50 or it could be worth like $15,000. Okay. Now I have to wait for a baseball card show to come up. I don't think it's going to be the more expensive one. I think it's going to be a regular one because it has to be a perfect cut, right? It's got to get graded. Okay. I've had this since 1989, right? I opened this from a pack. This is not from a complete set. I made my complete set. Right? Like, this is the complete set. I have every single one, and I made this. Right? That one card could be like a half a teacher's salary if it's correct, right? Everyone's like, oh, you got to send it off. Yeah, fucking thing's not leaving my eyesight. I want to go to a convention where they like grade the cards there. Right? You can't do that with physical or with digital stuff. Be like, man, I got a Pele card. Oh yeah? Let me see it. Oh no, it's in FIFA. Sorry. I can't let it go. It's like, what? Yeah, GameStop will send it out. Yeah, GameStop's not touching it. No one's touching the card unless I'm physically there. I don't trust people as far as I can throw them. I had a bunch of comics, right? Box of comics that my aunt gave me. And she's like, do you think you can get some money for these? I said, look, just go to a place, sell them for the actual cover price. If it's 3 cents, take 3 cents. If it's 25 cents, take 25. They're so old. And to go through the whole process, you got to pay to grade and all these other things. I was like, just go into a store, ask for cover price. You'll make thousands of dollars just off of that. Now, obviously, some aren't worth 25 cents. Some aren't worth 3 cents. But some are well over that. So it would be like, you pay me for this, you pay me for that. It'll cover for that. You know what I mean? Type of thing. Guy's like, yeah, just leave the box here. I'll see what's worth it. I'm like, no, I'm leaving these here right now and you do it. I'm not leaving my box of 700 comics with you overnight. Yeah, you're out of your goddamn mind. My uncle tried to get me to into basketball and football cards, and I was like, what do you do with them? How do you play? Yeah. Can I tell you, Jones, my dad never watches the show, but when he was a kid, he tells the story all the time. He had 12 Mickey Mantle. Okay. Hold on. Rookie cards. Okay. 12 Mickey Mantle rookie cards. And when they were kids, they would take those cards and they would put them in their bike spokes so the bike would go. Okay. Right now, a value of Mickey Mantle rookie card depends heavily on its condition, specific year it was issued. 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card is the most famous and valuable, with the top grade example of selling for $12.6 million in 2022. You can't bring this up to my father. My dad gets sick because his mother, God rest her soul, okay, gave them away because they were taking up room in the garage. Right. 12 Mickey Mantle rookie cards. But you have to remember now, in 1952, there was no value for these things. There's no way he would have known that they would be worth $12 million in current day. Okay? Kyle says you have to go to a huge card show for PSA to be there. I've never been to one. There's one that comes to Orlando that comes every year. I think it's in February or March, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look it up. Is that a thing? Convention grading? I've been to a bunch of cards. There's also grading. Yeah, there's places that do it. They'll do it in front of you. Or they won't grade it at all, but they'll buy it from you right there and there. And then do you make a deal or not a deal? I have about $2,000 to $4,000 worth of Pokemon of grading right now. I have a complete set of the 1987 Topps cards for baseball. There's the most rookies ever in that era, right? 86, 87. I forget which one it is. But I think there's 15 to 20 rookies that all became Hall of Famers from 1987. And each one's a couple $100 a piece. I think total I can make like 10 grand with all of them. Between like 6 and 10 grand. But you have to find a buyer. They're worth nothing unless you find a buyer. See, Sarge? He's like, please don't talk about this. It's too painful. Yeah. Dolphins, I did the same shit with the original Pokemon, 151 cards. How did I know Charizard was going to be worth thousands? You didn't. You didn't. Mo says, Mike, would you rather be bit by a black mamba or a leather black sea turtle? Well, I would rather... Isn't black mamba, like, that'll kill you instantly? I don't know. The turtle's probably much more powerful. If I can get the cure, black mamba's instant death, isn't it? Is that right? Is the black mamba instant death? See, a black mamba is a species of highly venomous snakes belonging to the family. Okay. Display. Taxonomy, description, behavior, feeding, venom. The black mamba is the most feared snake in Africa because of the size, aggression, venom, toxin, the speed, onset symptoms following. They're classified as a snake of medical importance by the World Health Organization, serving in Africa, 1957 to 1979 record. Confirmed to be a black mamba of these 75 cases. Black mamba venom does not contain, it bites you, do not generally cause local swelling but only initial symptoms may be tingling sensation in the area of the bite, but the snake tends to be repeatedly let go. So you can be multiple puncture wounds and can be delivered 120 milligrams of venom on average. The maximum record dose of 400 milligrams calculated. Okay. Yeah, I would rather get bit by the snake because potentially I could still live. But if the turtle bites me, I probably lose a hand or a finger or something. Right. If I have a potential chance of getting the anti-venom, just jump on the turtle's back. Well, that's not the situation, right? I guess the situation is, would you rather get bit? It wasn't say the scenario. I mean, on that point, I would just take my foot and put it on the snake's head. You know what I mean? Like, or how about this? Just don't be in the vicinity of either of these things. I mean, if you're gonna say jump on the turtle's back, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna walk by the turtle. I'll be like, oh no, turtle, don't get me. No, some turtles are actually pretty fast. Yeah. All right. The last thing I want to watch is Arc Raiders, WTF, and Funny Moments. I've been watching a lot of this stuff. Would you rather lose a limb or potentially die? Right, well, potentially, if I have the anti-venom, you just bite me and then I stab myself and then I'm good. If the turtle bites me, I lose a limb, that's it. "10 minutes of paralyzed by the snake, turtle lose a finger." You know? Dolphin says, just don't leave Wisconsin. Yeah, you'll be fine. All right, we're going to watch a funny moments of everything that happens in Arc Raiders. I've been watching a lot of this stuff, and this is why I think Arc Raiders is kicking off a lot, because each person has their own little story they can tell. Like, for instance, yesterday, I went to Blue Gate for the first time. I was looking for apricots. I didn't find any apricots, but I did find a bunch of other shit because I was off in one like southwest section of the map. And when I was there, all of a sudden I saw a guy aiming for me and he shot at me. Now, because he shot at me, there was a wasp overhead. Okay. And the wasp noticed him and then started attacking him. Well, then, because the wasp was there was a snitch that came over, and that also awared the Rocketeer. Okay. Then the Rocketeer came over and then started shooting at him, and he was hiding in the thing. So because he shot at me, I'm just hiding in a bush now, right? I'm hiding in a bush. I wish this was on stream, but it wasn't. I'm hiding in a bush about 30 feet away from him. He's dodging, hiding in a building. They keep shooting him. He's dead. He knows I'm in the bush because he's the only one that knows I'm in the bush because he went to shoot at me. Okay. So I'm watching this man get hit. He's like, bro, do you have a defib? And I'm saying nothing because as I say that, another guy comes running over the hill. Okay. And then he starts getting attacked. And then another guy comes over and he starts getting attacked. Now, I don't know if they were there to help, but 7 guys died. 7 guys died. The Rocketeer went off. I sat in the bush the entire time. I was like, I ain't moving. 7 people died. I waited for everyone to leave. I walked up and then looted everybody. And then I had a hatch key, and then I left. I was like, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. All right, so let's watch some of the funny moments that happen here.
Southern man, come on. I mean, why are you running in the open, dude? Come on now. I literally said something to you.
No, you didn't say. I didn't hear.
Yes, I did. I said, "Why did I catch a ride with you?"
I'm so sorry. Here, come in. Come on in.
I forgive you. I forgive you. I get it.
Psych! Later!
You're a bitch! You're a bitch! Fuck you, motherfucker!
Oh, man. What a dick move. Oh, man.
Please, I have a family. Please.
That's called karma. That hit real fast. I'm not a rat. The guy tried to kill me. I stayed in the bush because I saw the Arc Raider, or the Arcs there. You know what I mean? Arc Raider. I saw the Arcs there.
My name is Dom, and these are the best Arc Raiders moments.
Oh my god.
This might be the greatest escape I've ever seen.
Wow. Holy shit. That is next level play right there. That's a next level play right there.
What would you like me to do?
I'm sorry, I want to watch that again. Wow, dude. That is pro tip right there.
What would you like me to do?
Follow mode, Jerry 1.
Okay.
Jerry 2, follow
Follow
mode.
mode engaged. Jerry 2, follow mode. Jerry
Okay,
2,
Jerry-
follow mode. Jerry 1,
Okay,
Jerry 2,
Jerry's, push forward. Execute.
following.
Check forward procedure.
Emergency checking. Scanning. Jerry 2, scanning. Moving forward. Scanning brothels. Jerry procedure engaged.
They end up meeting some strangers along the way who become a bit of a target for their shenanigans.
I know them under you. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. What's up? Whoa. Hey, watch out. Get off the loop.
This right here is what you can do. Like, I knew the Arc was in front of me, so he engaged the fire. It hurt him when it attacked him. You can use them to your advantage, you know?
Get off the loop. Dog is coming. Dog alert. Dog alert. Dog alert. A dog was spotted. Dog alert. There's a dog.
Oh, did he hit him? Oh. He threw a grenade on him, which now makes all the Arcs go after him. Oh, no, he just... I thought he put
Other team.
Oh, no, he did.
Team on us, other
Yeah,
team
it
on us.
exploded on him.
Other team threw a grenade on us. Other team in that bell over there.
Alert. Dog alert. Dog alert. The dog is walking up. Be careful of the dog.
Guys are sticking one out of us.
Oh my god. He's sticking up. Dog alert. Throwing grenade.
Hell yeah. Everybody in?
Who's going to shoot? Someone's shooting.
It's been fun, fellas. Oh, shit!
Ko accidentally stumbles upon the Queen.
This is fine.
You're fine.
This isn't fine.
You got it. You're good. No, you're not good. You're not good.
Wait, did I just get death raid?
Yeah,
That's a thing?
We're gonna run out of time,
I love watching this stuff.
I think.
It's a delicate balance between loot and the extract timer.
Oh, yo, let's 1 minute. Look quick, be ready for hatch.
What is this?
Check timer.
Wow.
Is this game like fucking trolling right now? I literally can't loot, bro.
I have 3 clean pots. You can like safe hatch, drop after game, just get as much out as you can. Keep looting, I think there's probably a lot then. 33 seconds. Alright, we good, I think.
He's going to die, isn't he?
I got.
I'm looting last piece.
15. I'm in match.
Yeah.
Choose piece or 2. 10 seconds.
Yeah, I did.
10 seconds. You got to
5,
go.
4, 3,
No.
2,
One's going to
1,
get in.
Go.
Oh
my
my God.
Please tell me you got out.
The greed. He went for the greed and the time. Oh my God. My stomach just dropped. Oh my God. Because the hatch, if you go to the elevator, it has this like spare time. But if you go to a hatch, you got to get in before it explodes.
Please don't we work it out. Oh, I think I died. Knocked out.
Oh, I got knocked.
No way, bro.
I mean, he's still got 3 or 2.
It was 1 second. We were out.
Where's the door open, bro? Just go on.
It's okay. Door's about to open. Oh my god.
Hold on a second. Is it double speed? Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I was like wondering why it's going so fast.
Real. Crawl inside.
Okay. The final bomb for the
Crawl inside faster. I'm done. Hit it.
I've been on the receiving end of that side. I've been on the receiving end of that.
Robot.
If you get down but not out on the elevator, do you keep the loot? Yeah, so if you're knocked down. So what happens is me and Luke did it. We were past the time, but because we activated the elevator and we were in the elevator, we didn't die because there's a safe spot in the elevator. But the hatch is the hatch, so you have to get in the hatch before it happens.
On the roof. On my ping. Hey. 2.
Let me see my quest and you can kill me, bro.
Oh, no, hey, man. Do your thing. It's nice talking to you.
I've never seen so many raiders in one spot.
Like, this is someone's gonna open up a fire and it's gonna start a war.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Until someone throws a grenade.
Yeah, one's behind the rock, right over by me.
Okay.
He's throwing a...
No, 1 HP on me. I have no health left. This guy's 1 HP.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Live ping in the smoke, 1 HP. 1 bullet will kill him.
He's got
I
teammates.
believe in you.
Hold on.
I believe in you.
They're gonna get out.
Pick him up.
I believe in you. On your left.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, nice.
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 Last one here. Live.
Nice.
You're insane.
No, I think there's another team.
I don't think so. Is there another one?
There was somebody else
Oh my
shooting
God.
at me.
Bro, I think you just fucking 1v3 these kids.
Okay.
Yeah! Oh my god.
That's good. Yesterday we were playing Dolphin, and me, Jay Breezy, and Luke were playing. We were in one building, and another group was coming up, and Luke was like super nice to him. I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. I was watching him like a hawk. That's next level. That's next level. To pretend that you're dying and make the noise vocally. That's a rookie mistake though, because you would hear the flare.
Bro, there ain't no way. Bro, you gotta listen for the flare. I didn't
Exactly. You gotta listen for the flare.
die. You gotta listen for the flare, bro. Now, what I need you to do is come to me, right? And then I'm gonna res you. I'm gonna res you. I'm resing you now. Here we go. Here we go.
Enjoy Spuddy.
That you see now. You see.
No, sir. No, sir. What? That man right there deserves air. I hope he steps on 10 bricks. 10 bricks. So good. So good.
Fuck that dude.
So good. What's going on, Argus?
You want to see something really cool?
Get in. Get in.
What a dick. What a dick.
It's not over. God, oh my God, get in, get in, get in. Get in, hurry. Oh my God.
He's not going to make it.
Oh. Get in.
Nope.
No.
You got to be on the door before you start.
Myth, you're on your own. Godspeed. Oh. You get out of here. You get out of here. What is he talking about? You say you're still gaming, bruh?
Hey. Quote of the day.
Quote
Stay gaming, bruh.
They're on different teams.
Stay gaming, bruh.
Yeah, stay gaming.
Stay gaming, bruh. Quote of the day.
Fuck up. Oh my bitch. You not know that. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Yeah. You see not Chris with James. You're actually just
Oh no.
It's over for me. I just fucking died. Guys, I fell.
We've got schmovement in our creators now.
Light pole. Nice. Dude! Fucking parkour. Uh-oh.
So?
And then at the end, you need to jump off to the left. It's kind of tricky, but it's...
I died here. I will never go down this. I will never go down this ladder again. I slid down this ladder. I was like, oh, escape. Went down. Went. There's no landing. You have to go off to the left, like he's saying, but I don't think you can.
It's very good. Like there's this this little thing over
can
here
you?
on the left. Then once you climb down, and see that's what you don't want to do.
Can you do it?
That's what you want to avoid. Don't fall down. Yeah, nice.
Oh, she did it.
Enjoy the loot up there. Fuck.
That's guys. One more time.
Run. Oh my god. Oh. That Rocketeer's no joke, dude.
Oh shit! No! Shit.
Wait, they're running through the bed right here.
There's a weapon box!
We'll get that. Yeah, we'll get down. There's a guy on.
Nope. His fucking paws in the middle of the air for no reason!
Dude, why are you still
What? What the hell was that?
Not sure he was meant to do that.
Smart move. Smart play. Oh no. Why? Why would you do that? Oh my god. This game, man. This game, you can't script this. Like this what just happened here, you can't script this. Right? This dude's crawling in. He's like gonna get revived. This dude comes in and the leaper comes out of nowhere.
I'm shutting.
Bro.
You dumbass.
Oh, thank you, sir. That'll buy me about 10 more seconds. Listen, boys. Just me on this one, please. And listen, there's no time. It's us against the Clankers. It's us against the Clankers. We're not supposed to be fighting each other. It's evil. It's wrong. I'm gonna give you another bandage. Quick, stand. Sir. Please, God. Sir, please. I'll suck you. Please, God, sir. Please, God, I'm gonna die. Please, I've got 1 second. Please, God, help! No!
What the hell is that?
What is that thing? Do we have to fight that thing over on the far right? What the fuck is that thing? It's the size of a goddamn mountain.
Calling. Get in.
The king or the duke?
I didn't get
No, that's not the queen. That's not the queen, Mo. The queen is much smaller than that.
I didn't get to call it. You guys, no! No! Hold it! No! I got knocked out! No!
Oh, man.
No!
Oh, I saw this one. I've seen this one.
No, I won't shoot. You can't flipping shit out of me.
That is the greatest emote. The timing of just this happening and the reaction of him and then just doing pew, 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 pew.
You can't talk this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Good stuff. That's good stuff. I love watching that stuff. There's some wild shit that happens in this game. And I get it. It's the honeymoon phase. It's happening. You know, it is what it is. But it's so good. It feels so good. We will be playing some Arc Raiders in about 45 minutes or so over on our other channel, 30 and Still Gaming. So if you guys want to watch some live Arc Raiders, come on by. We're going to be playing with Mr. Luke. So you can check that out around 12:45, 1 o'clock over on YouTube. And it'll also be over on Twitch as well. I don't know if I'm going to be putting it up on Twitter. But appreciate it very much. That's the morning show. If you guys like what I do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much. All our content is free. And there's other ways to support the channel with cheers and super stickers and music downloads and T-shirts and mugs, whatever. You don't have to do any of that. You can just watch and hit that like button. It helps us out. Appreciate it very much, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I used to say nah, not my thing. Extraction games, man, they all felt the same. Run, loot, die, rinse, repeat. Leave with nothing but defeat. But then I saw the lights from the sky. Metal beasts fall, and I had to try. Booted up Arc Raiders, thought one quick round. Now I'm lost in the sound of that battleground. The dust kicks up, my pulse starts to raise. Every drive feels earned, not a waste. Didn't think I'd stay, but here I remain. Embark, built a world that changed the game. I was done with the grind, but they flipped my view. Now I'm flying high with my Raider crew. The quality hits, the polish shows. Embark made a game and it truly glows. They didn't fake it, they didn't sell new story to tell. Blast of fire and chaos. Oh well, the skybox, man, it feels alive. Retro future, keeping dreams in drive. Not a cash grab, not a scam in disguise. They respect my time, and that's the prize. No empty promises, no broken core. Just pure gameplay I've been waiting for. The world feels real, the danger's true. Each fight's a moment that pulls me through. Didn't think I loved this fight, but Embark brought the thunder and light. I was done with the grind, but they flipped my view. Now I'm flying high with my Raider crew. The quality hits, the polish shows. Embark made a game and it truly glows. They didn't fake it, they didn't sell hype. They built a dream and got it right. Yeah, I was wrong, I'll say it today. Arc Raiders blew me away. This ain't your average soulless clone. This is skill and passion carved in stone. Embark delivered, they broke the mold. No filler, no lies, just pure gold. Now I'm dropping down, I'm in that zone. One more run before I head home. Used to doubt, now I can't delay. Arc Raiders all night, all day. I was done with the grind, but they flipped my view. Now I'm flying high with my Raider crew. The quality's real, the vision's